welcome. Come and join us. I was just about to tell a story about Jesus. Oh, you've heard of him? That's good. And who am I, you ask? Well, I'm just a disciple. I followed him for 3 years. In fact, I'm still following him. No, I haven't written any books, and neither am I a man of letters. I just tell his story, like he told us to. Nearly the last thing he said to us was to go into all the world and teach them of me, but not until you get power from on high. That's not the place to start. That's almost at the end. I should start at the beginning. But where is the beginning? If Jesus were here, he would probably start with the prophet Isaiah. He loved the prophet Isaiah. He also loved the Psalms. But starting there would take way too long. I know. How about the day that I met him? He just walked by, called my name, and said, "Follow me." I looked up, and his eyes looked right through me, as if I was transparent, but with such compassion. It was as if he knew all about me. His look was warm, but compelling, and I felt the most wondrous joy in here. And before I knew it, I'd left my work and, well, I followed him. But no, I can't start there. That's a 3-year story. Nowhere near long enough for that. I know. I know. I'll tell you about that week. The last Passover week we spent together. Come on then, come in, get close, get comfortable. You see, we loved the Passover festivities, especially as they led into the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and then shortly after that, the Festival of the First Fruits would begin. So much feasting, so much laughter together. And I remember that final time, walking up the last hill towards the city. We'd begun to sing the songs of ascent. That David certainly knew how to write a song. We'd been walking for days. My throat was dry with dust and my feet ached. I think we were all looking forward to our lodging, a meal and sleep. And as we got near Bethphage, with Jerusalem's gates just almost in sight, Jesus called a couple of us over to go on an errand to fetch a donkey. At the time it seemed daft to me. Why get a donkey now? Should have got it days ago and saved walking all the way. So we went and we found the place. But as we were untying the animal, the owner caught us. I thought we were about to be accused of theft, but we explained that the Lord had need. The man smiled and said we should take the donkey and the colt as well. When we got back and found the others, we all threw our coats onto the donkey and Jesus sat upon them. That was strange. It was a pilgrimage after all. Everyone else was walking into the city. Jesus riding made him stand out in the crowd. And as we entered, something stirred faintly in my memory. The sight of Jesus on the donkey was vaguely familiar. And then I began to remember. It was the stories my father and my grandfather told me. You see, 200 years ago, a great Jewish general, Judas Maccabeus, led a powerful but outnumbered army. Yeah, once upon a time, the Jews did have a powerful army. But this army was led against the Syrians, and they defeated the Syrian king Antiochus Epiphanes. And Judas returned to Jerusalem as a conquering king. He cleansed and rebuilt the temple and restarted the sacrifices. We thought it would last forever. But then the Romans came. But that wasn't quite it. There was still something else. Of course, the prophecies. How could I have been so dim? The prophet Zechariah saw this coming, and he said, "Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Rejoice in triumph, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you. He is just and endowed with salvation, humble, mounted on a donkey, even on a colt, the foal of a donkey." And here it was happening, right here, right now. And as we walked, entering Jerusalem, we began to hear voices, Nazarene and Galilean accents. They were calling, shouting, waving to Jesus. And then I heard another cry, a cry of, "Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." But no, surely not. That was just a line from one of the songs of ascent. It was probably just people continuing to sing as they came into the city. But then there was another shout. "Hosanna! Hosanna to the Son of David!" And that was directed at Jesus. And the cries got louder until they were almost a chant. And then from nowhere, someone brought a palm leaf and laid it into the path of Jesus. Now, I know that you'll remember when Elisha's servant went and anointed Jehu as king, the people laid palm leaves and their coats in his path as a sign of submission, recognizing his kingship. And it was happening here too. And as the shouts of Hosanna rang out, they were a cry meaning "Save us." And the cry of "In the name of the Lord," the people saw Jesus as coming in God's name and making him known. The crowds recognized Jesus as king. And it was all happening here. And soon, Jesus' path was strewn with palm leaves and coats, surrounded by the cheering crowds. It was just astonishing. The kingdom that Jesus had spoken of for 3 years was coming to fruition here. At this rate, he would be crowned king by the end of the week. We could get rid of that usurper, that puppet, Herod, and Jesus could rule. You never know, we might even get rid of Pilate and his Roman soldiers. There was such a sense of exaltation and excitement in my heart. The prophecies were coming true before our eyes. The King has come. But then I caught sight of Jesus' face. There was no triumph to be seen there. No recognition of the adulation of the crowd. His expression was fixed, just looking straight ahead, almost stone-like. I thought then he was just distracted, planning his coronation, the setting up of his government and reign. I know now that that was not the case. But that story is still to come. But not everyone was happy. The Pharisees, they were looking for an argument as usual. They remonstrated with Jesus and told him to stop us and the crowd from shouting such things. But he just waved them away, saying, "I tell you, if they keep quiet, the stones will cry out." And I can tell you, that didn't go down at all well. Well, eventually we escaped the crowds. We found our lodging for the night, we ate, and then fell exhausted onto our beds. But the story of this week has only just begun. Next time, I'll tell you of the story of us going to the temple and then onto Bethany, where something quite strange happened. Until then, may God be with you.